I know. Where have you been? It's been a long time. Don't ask. I had to take a little break. I was very busy, but I'm back with a surprise, okay, guys? And I'll tell you the surprise later in the video. But first, let me tell you what the point of this video today is. Basically, there are some things I wish I knew before I made my move to Morocco, and hopefully it will help you out, save you a bunch of time, a bunch of money, and a bunch of basically wasted energy. The first thing I wish I knew is which documents I should bring, exactly which documents. For example, birth certificates, marriage certificates, police checks, all those bits and bobs, which you think you'll know what to bring, but in reality, sometimes there's specific documents you need that you might not have thought of, like a police check. You know, most people have never moved to another country, they don't know what they need. And the matter of the fact is, it's not as simple as just a police check. You need to get these documents apostilled, which means basically verify that they're authentic. On top of that, you need to get the things, you know, translated, notarized by an official notarizer and translator. You can't go to any Tom, Dick or Harry that does those things for you. Another thing I really wish I knew is that things in Morocco take time. Bureaucracy is slow here. Even if everything is submitted, don't expect an answer in 2 weeks. It's more like 2 months. It can be frustrating, but once your application for residency has been submitted, you can basically stay in the country for 3 months. Then you'll need to go and renew a piece of paper that police give you in order to continue waiting. They might take longer than 3 months. It's possible, but it's rare. Another thing that will save you lots and lots of headache is when you rent an apartment, make sure you get a contract, you know, notarized. You go to something called the muqata'a. You have a piece of paper, you go with the guy who owns the apartment and you sign the piece of paper saying you're going to rent this place for 6 months, a year, whatever it may be. This is essential, especially if you want to apply for residency. You're going to need to show basically your proof of residency or your proof of an apartment. It's also vital if you want to get, you know, like fiber optic internet or a phone contract. You need to either show like a water bill, electric bill, or a home contract. All these things are essential parts of making your move to Morocco smooth. And I know all of this through the hard way. You know, when you're first here, you're clueless, you don't know what you're doing. Obviously, thank God, my lawyer, and that's another important thing I wish I knew before I moved, is don't waste your money, don't waste your time, don't waste your energy. Just get a lawyer, let him do everything for you, okay? So that's actually one of the surprises I've come back with. I've actually started a service with the lawyer I dealt with, where we help people like you move to Morocco absolutely stress-free. So what we do is we get the lawyer to apply for your residency, to make sure all your documents are in check. He'll jump through the hoops where, you know, you might think you have everything, but in reality you're missing this, you're missing that. He has his ways. He's a very crafty lawyer, which is great. So on top of that, my job would be to do all the running around for you. Before you depart to Morocco, I'll find a bunch of apartments for you to view based on your criteria, of course. We'll go together, I'll do some checks for you. We'll send you a pre-departure checklist as well for, you know, all your documentation, and then we'll do a review. We will set up the internet for you, the electricity, the water, everything is done for you basically. So it took me 2 years to do all of this, right? Now, with everything I've learned, plus the help of the lawyer, all you need to do is sit back, relax, and, you know, just enjoy. You just have to show up to the, obviously, appointments, because you do need to be there for some document signings, etc. But the point is, this service is going to make your life way easier. You can book a free consultation call with me below. It's 30 minutes. What I'll do is I'll go into more detail about exactly what is on offer, and we'll run down to see if it's actually a good fit for you. And if all goes well, I'll help you move to Morocco stress-free. Anyway, moving swiftly on, another important thing is you have to make sure the apartment can get fiber optic internet. Even newly built houses, sometimes they're built in a way in which it's an impossibility to establish fiber optic internet. Like, I did see one apartment and I saw that basically the way the building was made, it made it an impossibility to put the wire up through the thing, or more or less impossible without massive works being done. So it was a no-go. If I didn't know this and I didn't check this, I would have been screwed with a contract for a year in an apartment in which I can't get internet, and it's essential for my work. And the key thing here is you cannot just trust the words of the landlords, because they just want to rent their apartment. They'll be like, yeah, of course you can get it. What you need to do is you need to go check with the property manager, ask and see if you can get permission, and from who you need to get the permission to do the drilling. So some apartments here, they do have, you know, the infrastructure for fiber optic internet, but that's another thing. Obviously, I will help you do that if you choose to use our services, and you don't need to worry about any of that. Another very important thing is whenever you rent a furnished apartment, never expect it to be furnished the way you want it to be. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is there are many appliances within that apartment that might not even be working. There could be lights, there could be the washing machine. I've been to a few apartments, an Airbnb, and I've rented obviously my long-term apartment. They all had coffee machines. None of the apartments had a working coffee machine. So what you should do, or if you choose to use our services, is we'll check all the appliances, all the lights, all the washing machine, everything, to make sure they're functioning correctly. Okay. Now I personally had a problem with this, where the hot water wasn't working, and it took him so long to fix it, literally unbelievably long. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did, and that's what I've learned, and that's how I can help, and hopefully help you help yourself. This is another one. It's not essential, but especially if you're coming from the Western world, you shouldn't rent an apartment or buy an apartment that's more than 5 years old. They tend to get run down, they tend to be less maintained. And another essential is to try to rent an apartment which has an ongoing management system. Like the place I am at, let me try and show you 1 second. If you can see, there's like security guards around the whole perimeter. Yeah, there's security guards around the whole perimeter. There's cleaners that come and clean every day. There's pool maintenance. It's fresh, and it's like a holiday destination where they cut the grass, they water the grass throughout the whole year. And you can rent for something like this for really, really cheap, from like anywhere from £300 all the way up to £1,000, whatever. But you can get places like this. So hopefully that was useful to you guys. And remember, I do offer a service partnered with the local lawyer. That guy's amazing. I couldn't praise him more. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos about Morocco. My busy period is over now, so I should have time to make more consistent videos. And I'm back with a bang. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.